Today it's a big day. We have two big men in the goat industry, one from South Africa and one from Uganda, our motherland. It is an opportunity to discuss the goat business. And our viewers, you should clap even before you watch this video, because you are blessed to have these two men in the studios of Happy Farmers. And this time round, we are in the farm. Remember the boot camp? Today is day 2, and we're opening the boot camp with this conversation. We're talking about goats. What are we doing to make sure that this business goes far? We have men like Dr. Misi, who have been in the industry for 16 years, and they have, taught many farmers. Nearly every farmer in Uganda who is into goats. Mr. Anisi, or Dr. Anisi, has a hand in the farm. 16 years of good farming, and then on his hand, our guest, he has been in the industry for 30 years. What an experience. So far, on the set, I have nearly 30 years plus 16 years, 46 years of experience. Welcome to the podcast, Mr. Lucy.
Yes, sir.
I'm happy to have you.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Jelly, we are very honored to have you and to accept to have this conversation.
Thank you.
Mr. Lucy.
Yes, sir.
Greet our viewers and you tell us, what are we doing here? This is day 2 of the bootcamp.
Viewers of Happy Farmers, Ham Animal Breeding Farm, and Karoo Livestock Exports, because we are now looking at 3 enterprises, and also I'll greet people of Uganda first, because this is where we are, and then we also greet people of South Africa, because they have a representative here. They have their lion here.
The president.
The president. In terms of export and, other stuff. Put that aside. We've gone through a lot since we started here yesterday. Actually, we came the other day. We had the night, then a night of yesterday, and today we shall definitely be going. We've summarized and gone through a lot of things. Those people who missed, guys who missed, it was a very big mistake, but I know you would want to be here, but issues happen on the way.
Some people want to stay for a week.
Yeah, they want to stay for a week. It's a place where you would really, really wish to stay. And actually this is a milestone, because people were better to be here. They really loved the place. The place is really looking nice for me and other people, because it is habitable. That's what I can say. But the entire boot camp, it has been practical, because what I saw, people came here. Of course, they had goats, and they had managed goats for so long. But yesterday, I saw everybody being very attentive, and they discovered they don't understand a goat.
You thought they knew?
Of course. And everybody that is viewing us knows that he knows goats.
Okay.
Not until that you go in those people that have been in industry for 50 years. Just to correct you, he will talk about himself, but he has been in this for generations.
More than 30 years.
More than that, he will tell you, because even his father was a farmer. He will tell. That's what I always tell people, and I cry for you. So basically today here, you are going to have an overview. I think Jerry is going to help us understand why do they achieve more than what we do. But when you look at the setup of God, it showed that Uganda would have more than the South Africa. Why? We have a lot in terms of production. If people didn't know, I just want to remind them that the muscle or the meat they eat all come from the grass. So if it is coming from the grass, you compare us with Karoo, he will tell you we have more grass that is naturally done and nutritious. But you can't compare even close to them in what we produce here.
That means we are supposed to be ahead of South Africa, but South Africa is leading.
Mostly Karoo, where they do a lot of goats, where we benchmark. Because he would tell you that not every grass can grow in their area. You get it? Because it's dry.
Interesting. The conversation has started, Mr. Nick is getting into the conversation.
So,
Mr. Jill, welcome. We're going to come back to
okay.
the to give us more details. Welcome to Mobile Farm. Welcome to Africa.
Thank you.
Welcome to part of Africa.
Okay.
We're happy to see you. Normally we follow your work and people are excited to see you.
Well, excuse me, I don't know how excited they are to see me, but I'm very excited to see them. Because it is always an opportunity to share my passion. Goat farming isn't always easy, and it's not always just moonshine and roses. But it is a fact that the road to success leads via passion. If you are only considering goat farming just for the money, stay out of it. Stay out of it. You can start a business on the corner and sell cookies and tea and whatever. Excuse me, it's going to be much easier. But in goat farming, if you love animals, these animals have character. If they, like they are laying down here at the back, these animals, they've all the characters of themselves. They are not stupid. They really are. Each and every one is unique, and that makes it much easier. It makes it a pleasure to work with them, and they are adaptable. So you can sort of farm with them everywhere in the world. Some of the messages that I'm bringing to Uganda now, and I've been here several times before, is you should look at sustainability, and you should also look at traceability. This is the type of concepts that you should understand and that you should go. Right from the beginning, I would like to congratulate Breeding Farm, and especially Dr. Mrs. Amanda, with the improvement. We've been with yesterday with firstly the older does which he started with. We've also seen the buck that he mostly imported from Kro Livestock Exports, and then the results that we've seen. It's all about results, guys. You have to move forward. You have to have improvement, and we've seen yesterday afternoon the last pen where we've been in is the young winners, the females, and they were lovely. If you compare their quality, their type, I will take it that there is still improvement, but it is not improvement like that doesn't come overnight. Mr. Amanda and his team were successful in getting the type right. They've changed the local does over a few years into goats that is sought after. The type is getting in place, and now we can still work on a meat carrying capacity because we're farming with meat goats. That is important to keep in mind. And the meat goats are they should carry meat. That is the bottom line. But they should carry it in balance. That should still be the animal should be in balance and in proportion. And the other fancy points we will add, in the coming years. But all in all, I'm impressed with his offspring, with his results, and I think that is a positive to take home. To me, that is really it makes me feel really proud that he could take it up to where it is already.
Interesting. What makes Mr. Nicky really a very important issue? Where you find that in Uganda we have nearly everything. We have land, we have weather, but we're still struggling. It's rare to find another Amisi. And in South Africa, I think you are the best in Africa, maybe in the world, I don't know. But what makes South Africa unique? What makes South Africa to be successful in goat farming than any other country? Is it knowledge? Is it consistency? Is it passion? What makes South Africa performing better than any other country?
I think all the factors that you've just mentioned are relevant. Keep in mind that, I am involved with goat farming for more than 60 years. And I've got a passion for goats, for goat farming. Most people in South Africa have experience. Yes, they've got a lot more experience than most people have in foreign countries, because goat farming is part of our daily living for many generations already. So we have the benefit. And then we have breeds in South Africa, the Kalahari Reds, the Savannas, and the Boer goats, which are sought after in the world. The genetics that our ancestors approved, and the genetics that they've built up, we are just building on that, and it is the cornerstones that they've laid is just unbelievable. It makes lives much easier for us, and we are in the inside lane as far as goat farming is concerned, because we have genetics, and the mistakes that we make is our own mistakes. There is enough genetics in South Africa to pick and choose what you want to use. So doesn't mean that we do all things right. Not at all. We are still making mistakes, but we have experience, we've got a passion, and we have the genetics. If you want to compare us with Mrs. Amanda, he has the passion, definitely. He has already a lot of experience, but in most cases he don't have enough genetics yet. This is the way that he will eventually compare with us one-to-one. If he has more good genetics, and we are moving towards that place. He has the last animals that he imported from Kruger Livestock was really outstanding quality animals, and you've seen some of them yesterday. They are really outstanding. They've done well in our studs, and I thought, I will not sell them locally. There's enough of their blood locally. I'm going to send it to him to improve his stud, and you could see yesterday the results, as I already mentioned. So what he needs is the genetics that we have. The rest he has, and then you are in a favorable position that you are in a country where you have these lovely green stuff. You should just utilize it, and you should build on it, and you should plant, and you have so many resources that you are not really utilizing yet, and that is the way to go. People ask me all the time for feeding concentrates and whatever. That's good to feed them supplements, but what you have, it is still far under. There's a lot more that you should utilize and use. A lot more.
Thank you, Mr. Jerry. Now, yesterday, Mr. Jerry mentioned something that was interesting. He said the game is the game of quality.
The quality is the name of the game.
Quality
is the name
of the game. For us, I think quantity is the name of the game in the land.
Now, my comment about that is, I say, your mom gets pregnant for 9 months, produces you don't walk straight away, but it's a science, it's growth. So Jerry has not given you about how they started long time ago, because he was not there. You remember in his statement he said, goats have made them a living. So they are living on goats. And I want also the listeners or the viewers to understand, if a guy says it has made us good and we are living on them, that means it's a job. You get it? And it started long time ago. Now in Uganda, we thought that we have goats, and whatever we see, it's called a goat. The man yesterday here started to just pick in the entire flock. I told my manager to pick out. So he picked out. And in those, again, Jerry picked out. And then we went to another section and he appreciated. You get it? What does it mean? Everybody sees me somewhere, but I also have inspiration. I don't hate Jerry because he's better than me, and I might hardly get to his level, but that is where I want to go. I'm bringing him close. You get it?
Yeah.
So what is the lesson to take home? If you see somebody is moving better, please get close to him. Don't repel and let him go. Don't talk about his background. Go with what he is doing, because he is your inspiration. Then 2, let me say, we have goats in numbers, but they are not. What is our quality? What is our vision? You get it? Because when Jerry is talking about, he's talking about the breeding standards of South Africa. Do you have breeding standards here? What is our point in front? What are we benchmarking at? That's why I would want him to come up and tell us, this is what you have to follow if you want to do this. But what is our vision? What is our destiny? Where do we Ugandans want to be? Like the way they have a stud book which is guiding them. That is what they are moving towards. That's why when he comes here, depending not on Ugandan breeding standard, but South African breeding standard, this doesn't qualify, this qualifies. It doesn't mean kill all your animals. No. But according to the breeding standard, if you're aiming at South Africa, you are here. That's what he is giving you. So basically, in his comment or the question you asked me, I'll come up and say, we need to set our level. Where do we want to go? That's why those people that have experience, we get close to them. We show them what our vision is. Where do you want to go? They will guide us depending on where we want to go. You get it? Then we start. But we have the numbers, but the numbers which doesn't even have a vision of where we want to go. So you as an analyst, I think you can understand, we don't have the gods, but they have no road where we want to go.
Now,
so
there is a question, and I think you touched it, will come in. Where now we have those traditional farmers who say, now when you bring in the South African breed, the hybrid, we lose the indigenous or the local goats, like we have them over in the goats. And people now think that now the hybrid is fighting the local goat and we are losing our original goats. Personally, like a lay person, if I can be in that position of saying that, why don't we make our breeds better so that also South Africa fight for our breed instead of mixing and forcing to lose our original breeds like the Movende breed, which many people in Uganda, maybe even in Kenya, they have. Why don't we, Mr. Miss, especially you, why don't you also give more time to come up with that breed that also will disorganize the South African market?
Yeah, first of all, thank you so much to ask me that. Guys, I want you to put your cameras properly well for this. Coming up with a breed is not just a matter of waking up in the morning. First of all, it's a science. And that science needs patience. And that patience is money. The reason why we are not making money in goats, as you think, in Uganda and some parts of Africa, we are not looking at time. We are looking at the passion that we have. We love goats, we have goats. But how much time do they take to reach the size that you want? That's the reason why we don't make money. Viewers who are there, they always tell me, Hamis, I have goats. I've been keeping goats for years. But you can even ask him, who is the mother of so and so? How many goats does it produce? They don't have any record.
Record keeping.
You get it? It is not there. They are not traceable. You get it? Yeah. And if you want to make money, you have to have a trace. Where are you starting from and where are you going? And what are the documentation? So bringing up a breed, it needs a lot of money, first of all, a lot of patience, and also a vision. Now this is what I want to do. And first of all, the people that have made their breeds, I met one of them recently and he told me, Hamis, it is expensive. If you're a poor person coming up with a breed, it is very expensive. So it would be our countries or donations that would allow us. First of all, we are poor. We are looking for a living just to survive. A person who is surviving with only 100 billions, you get it, cannot invest, let's say, 100 million and is waiting for years. Coming up with a breed doesn't come in just weeks. That's why we always call upon for those who can help us, fund us. We are ready to take years to do the research and to move on. So basically, my answer would be, we are not able, as me individual. I would love it, and I love it, but I cannot afford, one, the time, because I have a family. Whatever I produce, I have to make a living, and I have to be happy. Coming up with a breed, it will take time, it will take money, it will make me static aiming at that. That's why when I see my friends say that this is my breed, you name it, it's good, but what is the background check of it? What is it composed of? What did you go through? You know, those guys, it's still hard. That's why we call upon the NAGRIC and the other organizations to come up and concentrate. We can use our breeds. He will tell you how those breeds came up. They didn't come from heaven. No, they were adding the local goats in their area, and they came up with that breed, and they registered that breed, and they gave details about that breed. It costed money and time. Some breeds are older than Jerry himself. You get it? So it needs time, and it's a very good vision that you guys, you also see it.
Yeah.
Because we have potential. It's not because we don't have animals here. And then also bringing up the foreign breeds in our country is the way to go. Why? Because we are picking a leaf from their growth rate. You get it? If we could mix it with ours, which has, let's say, resilience or disease tolerance, then we added the growth rate with disease tolerance. Then when you look at the twinity and multiple production of twins, in all animals it's there. But we lack concentration, we lack funds, we lack vision. Because Chimuli, you might be having a goat at your place, but do you know how it slept today? Of course you are doing nyama choma at night.
Now that's the problem. Many viewers will argue again. This is good. These are money makers. But there is a fear of losing our original breed, the local ones. How can you help countries like Uganda to make sure that also these local breeds become money makers?
Look, to start off with, I don't know your local breeds so well that I'm not an expert in your local breeds. I want to use an example. When we've been out there in the pens yesterday and we've inspected and selected the goats, as I said, we took out the very best ones. Everybody who was standing around that kraal, around that ring, almost none of them have any purebred animals. Excuse me. They are breeding animals, but they're breeding animals from the local breeds. Most of them no goats. I could clearly see that they have an eye. I should just point out to them what they should look for. Within a couple of hours, they were, and you will remember that when we got to that pen, I didn't select these animals. I've asked them to select that animals. And they've developed an eye to see what we are moving to, even though they are from a background with their indigenous goats. They see for themselves that the animals that we have selected is what they would like to farm with, and that those animals will be superior to the animals that they already have, and they're going to earn good money. As I've told you yesterday, the value of those does that we exported, that we not exported, that we've seen in the pen, that Dr. Ami's bred, The value is probably 3-4 times more than the average goat in a pen. That is it. So, excuse me, at the end of the day, as Ami said, we should all make a living. If people would like to carry on with their indigenous goats, they're more than welcome. The way that I see forward for Uganda is that a number of people like himself, like Dr. Ramis, they should become, the starting point should be to become a member of the South African Boer Goat, Savannah and Kalahari Breeders Associations. By doing that, you will all of a sudden be amongst the family, if you can call it a family, because we also have our differences, but of the top breeders of the best meat producing animals in the world. Animals with real value, and all you need to have that is to have 10 animals that's from a breed, either Savannahs, Kalahari Reds or Boer Goats of a breed, to be graded and to pass the inspection. In other words, they should be according to the breed standards in South Africa. 10 females and 1 male. I think with the Boer Goats is even, Kalahari Reds is just 5 females and 1 male. But under correction here, the Boer Goats I know it's 10. So what you do then you will, those handful of farmers, let's say 10 of them, will become full registered breeders in South Africa under the South African Breeders Association. They will also be linked to South African Stud Book. Then they will have experience on how we do it, first-hand experience, because they will be physically part of it. The 1 or 2 of people in this country already contacted me, and we've done it to many people in many countries. Even in India now, they have their own breeders association. They've got own stud book association. So Indian stud book, and they are linked to the South African stud book. So you get all the recording, all the data just transferred from South Africa to India. But as I said yesterday, there's a couple of conditions. The first thing is that you can exclude nobody. That should be open. If you wanted to make it a national organization, if now you are back in Uganda, we want to create an organization in Uganda. It's going to take some years, because you guys will first have to earn some experience in the South African milieu, in the South African Breeders Association. But you know, people are open to help you. People like Michelle Creer and now Chantel Smith is going to take over as our breed director in South Africa. They are excellent people to help you and to guide you in that way. But all of us will be able to help you and will be willing to help you, because we know you're going to build eventually you're going to build your own organization. This is just a stepping stone to be involved in South Africa, to see what we do, what you should do and shouldn't do in Uganda. And then you will see that the breeding of purebred animals, and you can then add your own local animals eventually. You can write your own breed standards for them, for the local breeds, and they can also be added to the stud book. There's no need that they should disappear at all. I mean, we have breeds in South Africa that is very small, but they are there. They exist, and they will never disappear, because there's also a lot of sentiment for many people around. The ancestors farmed these animals for many generations, and I'm strong at sentiment. I know, you can't eat sentiment. My grandfather used to say sentiment can make you very hungry, because you can't eat it. But it is good to have sentiment. If your great-great-grandfather farmed a specific breed, why would you just turn your back? But if money plays a role here, then you will have to change in a way to make money. I showed you yesterday how fast these animals can grow if they're purebreds. And that's the way to go. You need to produce more money. We need to feed Africa, guys. That is as easy as that. Yes. We need to feed Africa. Yep. and we need animals that grow fast, produce fantastic quality of meat, and fertility is very important. You need you know, triplets and even 4 now and then. So you need guys, animals that's fertile. But as I said, just to sum up, is that let's get a couple of guys to register South African stud book. Then eventually, Dr. Amisi met most of these people already when he was with me on auctions and shows and stuff. So he knows a lot of them already. By the way, many of them send their regards. And yeah, so it is a matter of they know him, and he should form a group that is willing, and we should inspect animals that they have enough animals that is according to our constitution, that they can become breeders, and then from there on you build your own breeders association with the help of South African Breeders Association, and eventually you can get to a stud book where your recording and everything will be done. I'm going to show you now the database system that we are working with now. It makes it so easy. You have to do actually almost nothing. Just put it, into the computer, and if you scan the RFID tag, you have everything in front of you. And that creates a real peace of mind to buyers when they come to you and they can see everything in front of them. So again, I don't think that the local breeds should feel threatened, not at all. They can also in the same process get uplifted. But you will see that many people will change from the local breeds to animals with the features to to produce more meat much faster. Yeah. And that is that we are never trying to grow the Savannah boer goat and Kalahari red breeds at the cost of local goats. That will either come naturally, where people will decide are going to move away, or they will grow next to the local goats. That is always the choice that your local breeders should make. Yeah. But it doesn't mean that they should the South African breeds should push out your animals. Not at all. There's no need to do that.
We're still on Happy Farmers. We have Dr. Amisi and Mr. Jelia discussing the state of the goat business in Africa and the world. Then maybe the issue is market, because and then maintenance and the expense of making sure that these are money makers, but the money you use to make sure that you get that money out of them. So the local people think that for these ones, the local ones, you just release them and go, and you don't even follow up, you don't even sometimes immunize, but at the end of the day, if you need some money, it is very easy to pick one and then take it without injecting a lot of money. And that is maybe the gap that we have, the knowledge of saying that now, okay, you need that immediate money. I don't know how much is $150,000, but that quick money, I think it's the problem of Ugandans, which is not on this coast. Maybe now the question is, one day I interviewed Mr. Anisi and he talked about a goat that costs like 3 million shillings. I don't know how much is that
in dollars. That's around 800 or something.
And it created the debate across the country and said, is that a cow? Why should I buy a goat at 3 million and there I can get a big cow in terms of costs? Is it true that
the goat can cost that money?
The goat can cost such huge sums of money?
I think we should get it clear here. And I've also made the point when Dr. Amisi was with me in South Africa and I've showed him the specific goat. You will never is a long time. But there is no ways that you will have to pay that price, or that it will ever be viable for you to pay those prices. We're talking about top breeders here with lots of money that wanted a specific bloodline. By the way, this is happening once in so many years. But that specific animal will have offspring. He will have offspring soon. You will not buy that animal at that price. You're going to buy, if you're really at that point, you will buy his offspring. Even me, I can't buy an animal that price. No ways on earth. It's not viable for me. But I can buy his offspring at a chip of the price that he cost, and I get exactly the same genetics. Exactly the same genetics. Now I'm asking you, and people should never be threatened. I was worried when Amis and these guys, when they saw those animals, I was worried about it. Because I thought it's unfair to show them these animals out of perspective. We should see it in perspective. These people invested millions in starting a goat farm. Just started now. It's just about 18 months old now. So we should see that in perspective. They don't have a problem with money. They wanted to have that, and they wanted to have it fast. In your country, the animals that you've seen yesterday, those at fair prices, they are pretty much where the animals are that you saw for those prices. So the animals that you're going to start with, they should forget and get those prices out of their heads. We should give them a price, Amis, where they can see what they're going to get at a specific price. But those prices is like really, it was even shocking to us. You understand? And that is not the reality in South Africa, that is happening, often. It was a specific buck that was not for sale, and eventually they've convinced the breeder to sell it at that completely price that is not affordable to most people. But that is not that they should take home. What they should take home is that you are breeding with animals with potential. That one day you might come to a point where you're going to get $10,000 for it. It might be a reality. In the beginning, as I said yesterday, as long as you can sell your female offspring at a much better price than you are selling your male offspring, which are crossbreeds. If you start to crossbreed on these animals, and your female animals you can sell, for example, for $300. While for the male offspring you only get $100. That makes financial sense.
Yeah.
And then in a very short period of time, you will see that the animals grow so fast that you get much more money, much faster, from the same amount or from a smaller number of animals. This is why what I believe, you don't have to have these numbers if you have quality. If you don't have quality, yes, you have to have numbers. But the quality, we believe, we get very good prices for our goats. We don't need so many animals, and you can take care of so many animals. But again, I can't make it more clear that they should get those prices completely out of their heads and forget about those prices. It will probably never happen in this generation in this country. You can never tell what the future holds, but this is for many years from now on, when there's established breeders here that can really compete for a specific goat. Yeah. That's a completely different story.
Now, Jerry, I just wanted to do a clarity. We are talking about the $800. The argument in my country was buying a goat at $800. That is around 3 million our Ugandan shillings. And people were still saying, how do I buy a goat at $800? And bringing a goat from South Africa to here, you can hardly bring it at $800.
Yeah,
it always go to $1,300. Yeah. So the people who are talking about that, they really needed more information. They knew, but they needed more information.
It's going to cost you at least $800 in South Africa before you even
shift it. You get it? So it's a common, that's why I told them that is a common price, a common low price for a good breed. You get it? But just to refer to what he was saying, that there is also things that are extreme in their country that comes and nobody can believe. You get? Like the one that was sold at 55,000 US dollar.
Yeah.
It is real, it happened. And that is over, and that is over 200,000. If they go online, they can even see it, Formula One, how much it was sold.
Yeah.
And recently, no, yesterday he told me, Hamis, you're still talking about the 55,000 US dollar. There is one that was sold after you left at 135,000 US dollar.
Half a billion.
That's almost half a billion. But fortunately or unfortunately, it died. He will tell you it died, but he was compensated because it was insured.
Maybe
It
the
is-
mentality of, like, especially in Uganda, they look at a goat as a meat, kilos, how much
Yes.
per kilo, and then
So that's why those people that came for the boot camp are now different. The reason of calling you guys to come and join us in such things, so that you understand exactly
money.
how do you get the money. He said himself can't buy a goat at 3 million for meat.
Not even for breeding, Amis. I can't even buy it for breeding.
No, like our shillings, that's
But
around
I can
$800.
I can buy the offspring or the bloodlines, as I've
Yes.
told you,
Yes.
for a lot less money, for affordable money,
Yes,
maybe for $2,000.
yes.
That I can
3
make.
million. 3 million are Uganda
But
shillings.
I'm not trying to say this is what you should buy.
Yes.
If you buy what is my message to you? Just see that you buy good genetics. Just good genetics. Then you have the blood anyway.
Yes.
And the rest will come by itself.
Yes.
But and if they ask you, how can I pay $800 for a goat? They should understand that this goat is going to produce
For you.
5-6 times
Yes.
faster meat and more meat than if they want to sell it at meat prices.
Yeah.
But they should also understand, if you have the quality animals, if I sell it and it arrives here in your country for, let's say, $1,000 for short, all the cost that is included, I've discussed it last night with you. It would come to my farm, it would be quarantined, veterinarian cost, vaccinations, blood tests, etc., lab cost, then eventually import permits,
Yep.
and then from there, road
Right.
transport, crating, packing, road transport to the airport, where I am 1,150 kilometers from the airport. Then the commission from the handling agents. Then it would be packed in the aircraft.
To
The
Entebbe.
freight to Entebbe. At Entebbe there will be clearing cost. Then again, they can only receive the animals. So what I'm trying to say, if I sell a goat for $1,000, they're going to sell the same quality, the same genetics
Here.
at $500 and making more profit than I do.
Because those costs are off.
No cost.
It
The
is
guy will
bred
drive
here.
into your gate.
Yeah.
He will pay you. You put the goat in his pickup, and there he goes.
Yep.
So it is just a matter of time, and it happens in any country. It's already happening in Kenya, your neighbors,
Yep.
where people start breeding these animals themselves, and people come to buy these animals from them at half price that they can get it from South
Yeah, of
Africa.
course.
And the Kenyan breeder is making more money than we do in South Africa, because it's so far and the cost is so high to get it here. But if you can start breeding it here, and people can get the same genetics here than they get from South Africa, why should they get them from South Africa?
It's cheaper.
It doesn't make sense.
Yep.
For half price. And if you tell people, look, you're going to get a goat from South Africa which I paid $1,000 for, I can sell his offspring now for $400.
That's it.
That's a different story.
Yep.
And that is the point.
Yeah.
People shouldn't be they should get it out of their mind, these prices. All they should know is this is the potential. We might go there, but it's going to take generations maybe to get there.
Yeah.
But for the short term, you need to produce more meat. And I can show you that from the animals that we've selected yesterday. And if we take animals out of the specific pen here with us now, and you put them together, the animals that has already 50%, of the genes from South Africa, they weigh 3 times what these animals of yours weigh. Yes. They grow fast. You produce quality meat, and a lot of kids.
Yeah.
So you have triplets and whatever. As soon as the mothers adapt it, then you're gonna have. And I've seen all over Kenya, for example, now our animals from South Africa, they free roam every day, and they come in the evening. Every day they go out for grazing. So it is important to understand that your meat production will triple in no time. It will triple, even 4 times more when you start crossbreeding. And then eventually when you have the purebreds, then obviously it's even got to be more. Yeah. So people should forget about these crazy prices if you want, and then and come back to reality. They want to see how we can make the profit to pay back this money. And
maybe now,
or to justify the money.
Let us dive into the market now. We are converted now. Mr. Mamisi, when we multiply the converted, and then we are, just imagine all of us now we are doing that. The problem now is the market. Is there assurance that when I have the quality of the meat, all the breeds I have, there is assurance of the market? Because even if I increase the quality in Uganda, I'm assuring you, for example, if a kilo
good meat.
Yeah, it is around 20,000. If I increase the quality, I will not take that to around 100,000. So people have that mentality. Even they don't differentiate between the quality of the meat. Now I'm talking about the meat. What is the assurance?
Right.
What is the assurance of the market?
I can show you here.
Yeah. What is the assurance of the market?
You might.
Then I can export it.
You might not be. I can't insure you anything that's going to happen in this country. I don't know the market well enough. Yeah. What I can tell you is the Arabs are crying. They are crying for good quality meat. They're crying for animals that grew fast to be slaughtered at a young age, and they are prepared to pay ridiculous prices. And the Kenyans already started to utilize that market. And you are just next door. The Arabs will take these animals by the thousands out of Mombasa. But they've told me, I've seen some of them a week ago, they've told me that we can't take, and don't take exception to this, they can't take a skeleton with a bone, with a skin. They can't take that.
That is what?
It's a very skinny animal with
goat with no muscles.
Goat with no muscles. They're not interested. They can't. They want a skeleton with a
very good body score.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So that's what they want. And my insurance to you is, if you guys breed the right quality animals and you start marketing, and the Arabs will come to your farms to come and have a look, and you can get into the Arab market, you will fly. You will fly. You will never even land it again. You will fly. The Arabs are paying really crazy prices. They want young carcasses that grew fast, because they want between 8 and 11 kilogram carcasses, as small as 8 kilogram carcasses, but they should be very tender. In other words, they should have grown fast and well fed, and they will take them from Mombasa that you will not believe it. So they will come and collect them. The truck will come. In our area, there's trucks coming weekly to collect the calves and take it to religious for religious purposes to KwaZulu-Natal. That's exactly what's going to happen in there, and it is already happening. So, but they are prepared to pay, but they know what they want. And if you can comply to their needs and their requirements,
You're good to go. Mr. Is it possible?
Yeah, me back to the point of the market. The market is so obvious. Me, I've been breeding these animals for quite long, and I've never sold any animal for slaughter. When I thought about it, I made my cafe, and I cannot even sustain my own cafe.
Exactly.
Because of the demand. And mind you that the highly priced meat here in Uganda, it is a goat. The best places that we go to in Kampala, which has high quality meat or chicken or fish, they do not do goat farming. Sorry, goat meat. You go to Cafe Javas, it's not there. Not because they don't want to,
Supply.
but we have no supply. What he was talking about, they know what they want. You get it? So the market is never our problem. And also the breeding market is still too much, because 90% of the goats we have are local. He talked about of the bones. Our local animals, on my analysis, their bones are bigger than the muscles, and they take long to grow. He talked about of the tenderness. You cannot have tender meat on a goat of 4 years. And the local goats here of 4 years, they can make around 20 kilos. You get it? What do we need? We still need these people to help us improve. After improvement, we are cutting off the edge, whereby a person who would buy a goat of 1 year is going to buy it at 4 months. He's talking about of tender meat of 8 kilos, 8 to 10. 8 to 10, if you're feeding your animal well. If I remember his statement yesterday, he said his goat in 4 months was around 40 kilos. He was able even sexually. He bred even the mother accidentally. They didn't like it, but it happened. Why? It was good quality, so that means it was converting muscles very fast. It was under good management. So that means if we have good breed with good management, a goat of 3 months is ready to go to the market.
Absolutely.
And the less time you spend with an animal, the less money you spend. The more time you spend with it, the more it eats. Today we've been spraying, so goats have eaten my money today. So the many times I spray it all, of course it's eating around 50 shillings. It's not much, but it's adding up. So that means produce, take less time with it, let it go, make more profit. You get it?
Interesting.
And you, what you should, sorry to interrupt, what you should understand is you will, if you've got quality, you're going to enter a completely different market.
That's it.
A completely different market. And it's going to be chalk and cheese, guys. I mean, the Arabs took some vessels out of South Africa, 50, 60,000 animals at a time, to Kuwait. And especially for Ramadan and Eid and whatever, they need lots and lots of animals. But they are fed up with animals, and I will not mention names, from your region, which are, as I said, bones covered in a skin. So they don't want that anymore. There's enough of that in Somalia, in wherever. They don't. This is not what they want. They are prepared to pay. They've got the oil money. They're not going to share it with us necessarily, but they are prepared to pay for quality. And you'll be so surprised that their prices are 3-4 times more than the local prices. Now you have animals that grew fast, and you get 3-4 times the price of the local. It is a completely different ball game. Completely, you can't even compare with where you currently are. And they're going to collect the animals on the farm. They will send a truck, 20 here, 30 there, 50 there. Once a week, the truck will be around, and they're going to take them out from Mombasa. I know this. They are already planning feedlots in close to Mombasa.
No, they have been coming here. I went to South Africa. He helped me and took me to an abattoir. They have a feedlot. They have meat supermarket. But meat has different qualities. For us here in our country, we eat whatever that comes. Whatever they see on the butcher. Even the Kenyan guy was here yesterday. He told me, Hamis, you have no butcher standard. You just have places where they put meat. So, yeah, of course. And the grade he's talking about of that tender meat has a different price. And the rough quality also have a different cost. And the ones that are missed, the poor man should eat, is whatever I find, because that's what I can pay. So in the shop that we went to in South Africa, it was the best abattoirs rated some years back. They had different qualities of meat. Chimuli, again, you're a researcher, you've been in this, tell me where they are grading meat in Uganda here. Or whatever that comes is meat.
Everything is meat.
So, the bucket of money
even they
there.
take us for granted. You buy
the goat,
mutton,
and they give you sheep.
And they don't respect even.
They
tell you that it's not good.
The totems.
And it goes to policy. Now, where does government have? I don't know whether in South Africa you have support. I don't want to go into politics, but you must have policy conversations.
Yeah.
To achieve this, you need to have an association, but we have a government ahead. How can we achieve this without government and with government? And what is the role of government to achieve this quality?
In South Africa, the industry gets run by the private sector, 100% and fully. The role that government plays is the state veterinarians that should do inspections and issue documentation and see at if there's any reportable diseases. There is no support from government at all. And right from the beginning, the farmers had to do these selections, and as Dr. Amis correctly said, they have selected from animals, from local animals, local breeds, the best quality, the animals with the best potential, and from there they took it forward. We are blessed the way that they've given us these three breeds, and with the sheep it's the same, guys. There's Dobber sheep and Meatmaster sheep. They're doing perfectly. We exported thousands of them, but we have sought after breeds in South Africa, also in cattle breeds, like the Brahman and the Bonsmara and whatever. They have been established by the private sector, private farmers. And if you're going to wait for government to get policy in place, you might get grants here and there, but in South Africa, it's been done by private farmers.
I'm talking about, because I will have the right breed, but I will have a fake drug somewhere. How do you do it? Because in Uganda, I can be bold on it. I will have the right breed, but when I go to the market, there are many like fake drugs. So I will apply the drug and it will affect my breed.
I understand.
How does government help you there, and what can we learn from there? So that government here, Mr. Alisi will have the right breed and you will do the right practices, but at the end of the day, if you immunize with a fake drug, it will affect your breed. So
you're 100% right, and we are facing that same problem in South Africa, and again the private sector is doing a lot. We have, for example, we had this Honest Poort Veterinarian Institute. There's a fancy name now that I can't even pronounce. But Honest Poort was a world leader in manufacturing drugs for livestock. A world leader. I've been many years ago in Saudi Arabia, where they've been part of the delegation, and they've sold thousands, if not millions, of units of certain drugs that we've been manufactured in South Africa. Nowadays, it is not even close as good as it was. Most of these drugs we have to import now. But there is systems where we can import the drugs. Normally it gets done by companies, by huge companies, and they will import the drugs on the licenses, etc., etc. So we get the drugs. But it's not done by government.
It's private.
It's private. It's private sector, guys. And if you're not gonna, get investors from private sector to do it, you're gonna you will always have problems. Look at how feminine this goat is. That is there at the back there. Nice and feminine. Look at the femininity. Anyhow, cut a long story short. Private sector is the name of the game in South Africa. The government at the moment, as you all know, and it's not a secret, there's an outbreak of foot and mouth disease. If I say we, the farmers believe that there's no real political will to stop it. I've been in Kenya last week, and one of the professors said in the 60s and 70s, if there was an outbreak of foot and mouth disease in Kenya of just one cow, everybody got mobilized and everybody fought it until they sorted it out. He says now, nobody even talks about it. So it is not a unique situation in Uganda. It is like that all over the world. It's in South Africa and it is in Kenya that I've experienced now in the last week. So what am I trying to say? You guys should understand that you will have to manage it in a way where nobody else is going to put up their hands to help you in that.
How can we achieve that? Because now, those are the factors that limit people to go into this business fully. I will have the right breed as a private sector. I have my money. I will keep in the right breed, and then from there, the things will start.
Mr. Chimuli, I listened to him very, very well. And in the podcast, you asked something related to government and us.
Yeah.
And my answer was, government is us. It is human beings. But the government should benchmark from private people. Because government money is not managed by one person. You might like it and Jerry doesn't like it. He might like it and the other one doesn't like it. At the end of the day, it's going to be the fight. The fight is going to delay us.
But
it's
sir,
going to cause...
I have to interrupt you.
Yes.
It's not government money. It's our money. Taxpayers' money.
Yes, sir.
So we can demand.
Yes.
This is taxpayers' money.
Yes, that's
It's
right.
unfair.
Yes.
It is not as government gets money from God.
Yep.
We pay them.
Yes.
All of us paying taxes.
Yes.
We can demand, and we should try our best to get the best out of them. But it is not easy.
Yes.
Yeah. We should understand that we are part of Africa.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that even when it gets to export and stuff, people see us as Africans.
Yes.
It doesn't matter if you're South African or Uganda.
Yep.
That's the way it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
But there is only one way, and that is to, we will talk about that off the record. But there is only one way, and that is for the private sector. And there's many private, Bayer and all these companies are also in this country. You should talk to them and you should tell them, guys, these are the vaccinations that we need. We can't move forward without it.
Yeah.
I mean, I've tried in the past like CCPP and PPR. I've asked my veterinarian, can't we get the vaccine that I can vaccinate them before they depart, because we are free of PPR and CCPP.
Yes.
Just for example.
Yes.
Dr. Arden said, hey, you're out of your mind. You're not allowed to bring the vaccine in the country. If you vaccinate, they will lock you up. Because then it would be, they will test positive and we will lose our clean status.
Yes.
So it is not easy, but there's ways to do it.
So, get back to the point. Jerry was giving us a very good clarity. You get it, about the government money. But sticking on the truth, and it delays you, it might lock you behind. You get it? We know the truth, it's our money and everything, but it's not controlled by one person. If I'm moving a journey and I have a target to reach, that means I can move on the speed that I want. You get it? But if I want to go with Jerry and you might have some things that are delaying you. And at the end of the day, you're going to delay me. What do I say? The problem we have, I will not talk about Jerry's and so on, because them farming is generational. You get it? Our aim here in Uganda, let me talk in Uganda specifically, is school, studying and studying. Them farming is part of their backbone in reality, not in words, because his father was doing it, the grand was doing it, he is doing it. That means a farmer who is dealing in this, you don't know what Hamisi is going to be in the next 10 years. Yeah. I'll be a rich person and I can facilitate anything, as long as I have the animals, because you'll never stop eating. You get it? So them, they have that financial muscle right from the back of their mind, because they have been farmers. You get it? Our source of money is academics. They pay us to survive and pay other bills, then put other kids back to school. So that means we have no financial muscle to stand alone. But as now that we have come up, we have started this, we shall accumulate money, because eating will not stop, and we shall facilitate whatever we can do. For the drugs, me, I have a company that always supplies me drugs. If they don't work good, and I always put there my clients who buys goods from me, go to this company, is what I use. In case the drug doesn't work like the way we want, I always call the director and say, I don't like this, but I use this, was nice, let's use this. And I always put videos to show people that right now I'm using this drug and I'm changing to this and I'm changing to this. Those that are following me, they have done it and they have no issues that this drug failed to work, this doesn't do this.
Perfect. So you've made a plan.
Yes.
Told you in Africa we make plans.
Yes.
And that's your plan. It's working.
Interesting. Now, happy farmers, this is a very interesting conversation. Go talk. If you listen to this, I don't think you'll be the same again. Especially farmers deep in the villages across Africa. Now, as we conclude, the issue, there are many factors that make you a successful good farmer, and one of the things is branding. When I saw it was branded, you don't need to ask a lot of questions. When you look at the back, there is information, www,
Let me show the viewers.
Branding is very key. So I have done everything, I have everything, but normally what affects us is branding. How do you do it? How do you emphasize that farmers, in Uganda, farming it is a curse. Like during school, it's a punishment. When you do something wrong, they send you to the farm. So people grow seeing agriculture and farming as a punishment. And that's why you end up seeing farmers deep in the villages dressing the way they want, shabby, even sometimes they don't bathe, they are smelling funny. And for you, when you look at the brand, I think Mr. Hamisi and you, it is different. When you see a farmer, we see a farmer as a poor person, and then it's an abuse. When you annoy someone, he will tell you, look at this farmer. So
you behave like a farmer.
Output, maybe. How do you handle branding as we conclude? What is the importance of branding in this business?
I think it is important to brand to be proud of your product. And it is important to brand your product for people to know. I think with social media, as it is, it changed the whole world. Amis is one of the best examples with his YouTube videos. It is just amazing. There is hardly no goat farmer in the world that does not know him. And he showed us that branding is important, but many farmers will still they still feel that they are not recognized and they are not sort of graded. I've really reaped the harvest of Kuru livestock exports, but you can also understand, for me to travel to East Africa, it costs money and time, and you have to put effort in. But in any business, you tell me any business in the world that you can just sit down and do nothing and the money will just come rolling to you. There's not a lot of those, and I tell you today, if it's happening now, soon the stream of money will be much less, and at the end of the day will stop. This is why I'm still traveling and promoting the business, and it is easy for me because I've got a passion for these animals. So it is easy for me. But to me, I believe that branding is important. It is important that you shouldn't be shy to advertise your product. Sometimes, right in the beginning, for example, people would have asked me, this is arrogant to just wear this. I've never stopped wearing it. And today they will come to me and they will congratulate me and they will tell me, you've carried on doing it and now you're reaping this success. So it is a matter of, you should put your foot down and you shouldn't be shy for what you're doing. I'm definitely not shy to be a goat farmer. And last night when these women said, if you're not a cattle farmer, you're nothing. And I said, no, we respect you. We respect you. But you've seen nothing yet. You arrived late last night. Wait until tomorrow morning. Then we'll talk again and I'll talk to them now. Because it's good that they're proud of their cattle. I also love cattle. But it is also not good to break down another breed to build up your own breed.
Yep.
So I believe that it is important to be proud of what you're doing, especially when you have a passion for it.
Maybe as you conclude before I get to, what is the last farmers in Africa and Uganda?
I'm going to keep it short. To me, it is important, as I said, and what I live for is quality is the name of the game. I can assure you that if you are investing in quality genetics, that is what I mean by that, you're going to reap the harvest and you will be pleasantly surprised. Quality is the whole world is crying for quality, and it's going to be more and more important in future. So and you don't have to pay these ridiculous prices. Just see that you get good genetics. Get to somebody that you can trust, and then deal with him that you can have proper genetics that you can grow, and you will not be sorry. Thank you, by the way. I really appreciate to be here.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jerry. We are honored and to have you in Uganda on this show. Mr. Nisi.
Yes, sir.
You seem to be lonely in this game. In terms of, as we conclude and lay your last message, sometimes I feel sorry for you that you are consistent and people abuse you online and...
But I'm a goat myself.
I know, you're a goat. What keeps you moving? Not saying, okay, man, people, Ugandans are stubborn. Let me just not even doing videos. What keeps you moving in this lonely game of improving the quality of breed?
Thank you so much, Chumuli. First of all, passion. But I would like a little bit to go back to Jerry. What he called ridiculous prices. I need him to be clear with these people and tell them what would they expect for an imported animal to be like an average good price. You get it? Because the people, and also Jerry should also help us tell people the grades of animals that they have in their country with different costs. Because when somebody hears him that this is a ridiculous cost, Jerry is talking about of $500 being an average cost or good cost, but for a farmer that is listening to you, he still sees that as a big cost, as a ridiculous cost. You get it? I need also Jerry to clarify for these people, what would be an average cost? Is it $2 or $5? Like, show them. Yes, he's going to answer that. Okay. $2, $3, 1,000. is 1,500 average, or is 1,000 average, or $200? Then from there I can move on. Then also help them to know, Jerry, those costs in different ways, because not all pures in your country cost the same. There is a pure with $2,000, there is a pure with 1,000, there is a pure with 10,000, and how does it come up? Just in summary, before I go on that, because we need that clarity. You get it?
Yeah, it is very difficult, Amis. You know, as I always tell people, I don't guess. We've got the system that I'm going to show you now to take the guessing out of everything. So I don't work on estimates. You know, if I quote people, it would be a confirmed price. Prices that we quote people, and I'm exporting to 56 countries. For me to remember exactly what all these prices are, I don't have enough hair left. So
just roughly, that a goat that goes to Uganda might be this.
I'm going to give you prices in South Africa.
Yes.
In other words, ex-farm prices. That's the best that I can do.
No,
if
but
I have to start getting, pardon?
If you give them the South African, they will not understand.
No, I'm going to give it in dollars. I'll even give it in your in shillings.
No, not in shillings, but in their country. Because somebody doesn't know South Africa, he knows a goat here.
I will send it to you. I've not exported to Uganda recently. I don't know what the freight prices is. I don't know. No, I mean, if you work on estimated rough prices, you disappoint somebody, either yourself or the buyer on the other side. If I tell them now $100 and I get to the freight forwarding agents and their prices increase by 20%, then I have to increase. And then they are unhappy, just to give you an example. So I'm going to give you the prices as it is in South Africa at the moment, before any cost, ex-farm prices. And you can just tell me what
they are in Uganda.
What shillings I should work for the US dollar? Yes. What should I multiply with?
Yes. Put it in US dollars.
Okay, the does will be from $350 US, the females. From $350 US.
350
ex-farm.
US dollars, that is times 3400. So that is around 1.190. That is almost 1.2 million.
That is the starting price.
Farm gate.
And
before anything is on the farmer's farm.
On the farmer's farm.
That is 1.2 million.
Yeah, and the males will be about $500 US.
So the males will be around 500. That time was 3400. So it's around 1.7 to buy it from the farmer in South Africa.
Before cost, yeah.
So
when it comes to Uganda, it's around, like when you receive it in Uganda, it's around,
it could be around 1,000 plus. 1,000 plus. It depends on the quality of that bell.
Like 12 million?
Yeah, it's around 5, 6, 7. Yeah, roughly.
Guys, if I may ask,
yes,
you should be very careful to guess.
Yes.
Your viewers, you know, they would like to have confirmed prices.
You can't have that because the dollar keeps fluctuating.
But let's rather give them a price that you can put on a screen if you want later.
Mm-hmm.
But a price that is confirmed. Let's give them a price, delivered at Entebbe, custom clearance, everything done, delivered at Entebbe with good genetics. But it's confusing to tell them, you know, it's got between 1,000 and 2,000. I mean, that's not going to bring them anywhere.
Yeah, but you see, Jerry, what I'm telling you, the first consignment we brought in Uganda, it was around 1,200 US dollars for the females or something. The other cost was more than that. You get it? So you can't give them because we are controlled by the dollar, up and down. You get it? But now, also I want you to talk about the grades.
Let me just, before we get to the grades, let me just explain to you. We are busy here guessing. If you want to buy a car, it also depends on what exactly you purchase. If you want to buy a car and you walk into Kampala and you ask them, I want a price of the car, they will laugh at you. Do you want a Ferrari? Do you want a Toyota? Do you want a Volkswagen? What do you want? Do you want a Lamborghini?
Yes.
Which model? Which kilometers on the clock? Which color? This is what they're going to ask you. So for me to quote you on a specific breed, on a specific goats, I need exactly to know what you want. How old should they be? Which genetics, which bloodlines? So it is completely impossible and out of the question to sit here and guess. I think it's unfair to the viewers.
Yes.
I don't think we should go there. It's unfair to the viewers. Are we quoting for a Volkswagen? Are we quoting for a Ferrari? This is just a simple example, and I think they will understand it.
That is a perfect one. That definitely explains that a person might see a stud and say, this is what I want. But thinking that the stud will cost the same like the commercial. Do you get
Exactly.
it? So that is the problem. So that's what we are trying to align them with. That a goat, roughly, to reach here in Uganda, it will be around 5 million. That is just a rough estimate, as he doesn't want to hear. But if it is 5 million, I will not sell the offspring of that goat at 5 million. It will definitely drop to 3 million. Why? I have no flight costs, I have no blood sample costs, I have no whatever and whatever. Now, them in their country, they grade. Like the way he said, Lamborghini, Ford, or Toyota, where you belong is where you go. Where he buys is not where he will buy, because his quality is higher and is looking for more superior. And me, I'm looking for an average. So that's actually the clarity that I wanted to show you. And all in all, guys, that were saying 3 million is too much, they are different classes. But all in all, we just only need to let you understand what is the business out of goats, basically. So go back. The last message is, this has been very important. People should learn more and more to go into this kind of boot camps, meet a lot of people, bring your superior close to you. Don't repel the superior, because the end goal is you and me. Chimuli, in South Africa, they told me they have a health competition. And in Uganda, we need to introduce a health competition. But we still have unhealth competition. Blackmailing someone, showing that is a wrong person. You have to push others. The guy is talking about numbers of animals to export. I miss myself, I can't even manage to supply my cafe for the entire year. How about if I add on an export? Where will I get the animals? There is a person down there that got an animal from South Africa. He doesn't know where to go. If we are all together, we know where the market is. They will definitely come to me. I forward them in the business and we make more money. So all in all, we need to come up together. But we should have a vision of why we are coming up together. Not just a matter of knowing Hamis, knowing somebody else, but you have no vision why you're coming up together. And you might come together with the same vision, but you guys, you still have a dream. You have no goat, but you want to be the chairman of the goat association. I think that has really created a lot of issues. And those people, only that the time is not enough, they have guidelines. Yesterday was talking about you must have 10 commercial or stud animals to be part of the breeding association. Jerry, can you remind me about that? What was the limitation? Or anybody can become a breeder without a goat?
No, I've already mentioned it, that you need 10 females for the boer goats. You need 10 females that's been graded as and approved according to the breed standards. Just 10 females. I'm not talking about stud animals, but they should just be graded as good enough to breed with. In other words, according to the breed standards. And one buck, one male. 10 females and one male. With the Kalahari Reds, it's less. I'm not sure, as I said on a correction, I think it's 5 females and a male.
Okay.
And the savannas is also very low. So it's not as if you have to have a lot of animals, but you have to have purebreds, and they have to be according to the breed standards. Now, any animal that I export from South Africa, any animal, will be according to the breed standards.
Wow.
If you, in other words, import 10 does and a male of boer goats, you can register as a breeder in South Africa. Excuse me, if you import 1 Kalahari Red and 5 females, you can register as a Kalahari Red breeder in South Africa. Because these animals will all be inspected, all be approved, and they will be put on South African stud book. And these are the animals that you can register with. It is not that easy if I have to come here and do the gradings here, but animals should be according to the breed standards. Otherwise, they are not allowed to export to South Africa. And if they come here and they're not according to the breed standards, and I've seen some of those in Kenya now as well, it means that they've been smuggled out of the country.
Wow.
Thank you very much. We can go on and on. The conversation is rich. We can have 2 hours of this conversation, but it will never stop. I want to thank you very much. Across Africa, the world, that will enjoy this conversation. Keep sending the feedback. Comment. You can, get in touch with these wonderful people to share a conversation. I want to thank Mr. Nisi and Mr. Jerry. Few people who can share. We had a conversation last night and people asked me, this man is successful, but he's free to share his knowledge and it's the unique thing. In Uganda, people are very mean to share information. If you know something, you want to keep it alone. But I want to thank you, great men, and may God bless you. Ciao.
All right.
Thank you.
Terry, you still have an hour here.